Welcome to another episode of Free Your Mind. I'm your host, Daniel Ampon. We have none other than Nathan George. Nathan is like a track star for Team Canada. He's been competing for the last, 10 years, 20 years? You've been doing
Yeah, I
track?
started tracking in 2004, so I started training my first season way back then. And yeah,
2004. It's pretty much
I'll say a high level since maybe 2011, I'd say. So
really.
it's been a long time. Yeah.
So, how's it run like for Team Canada, man?
Yeah, it's always an experience. It's always a blessing to be able to run for your country. You know, it's you train pretty hard just to get there. Getting there is always the hardest part. Like once you get there, all the pressure's gone. But it's the qualification period where you just want to, you want to get in the zone. You want to get there and mix these teams. So it's always a good experience. You know.
So how was it like, growing up in here with the track and field? Like, how was it like?
It was good. Yeah, so I started like. If we go back to when I first started, I've always just loved running. I've always was competitive when it came to running. Even before I started track, I just wanted to be the fastest guy in the class, and my mom knows that, so she kind of put me on the track team in Surrey, way back South Fraser Track Club.
And that's when you started before.
That's before Coop and Cheetahs, yeah, back in 04. Yeah, so I trained there, had my first session, and pretty much never looked back. Just always committed. I got beat a lot back then. Like it was definitely not easy to keep up with these guys, but
Really?
yeah, after many years, I just had the drive. I had the love for it, and that always kept me in it.
So how old were you when you took track seriously, Nate?
I'd say when I started really taking it seriously, it was probably I'll say early high school, grade 9.
Grade 9.
When I started to start eating healthy, and I saw Bolt run the triple in 2008 in Beijing. That really inspired me to I want to be that guy. I want to be, even though we do different events, I want to be that level, or even strive to be that level. And it's always just been something that I grew up to do. So,
but people that don't know, a lot of stuff goes into track.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, a lot of sacrifices, a lot of pain, a lot of injuries, and everything like that.
Big time.
So what are some sacrifices that you have to do before to take the track to the next level?
Well, I think even going back to high school.
Yeah.
I was never going to parties, never going to events really on weekends. It was always, making sure I'm not drinking, not doing anything like that, because I was focused on my health. So I just wanted to make sure my training was solid, good quality training, and that's why I say I've been taking it seriously since then, because that's when I started prioritizing that over other things. Even sometimes you might want to do something, but you got to train, you got to compete. Yeah, so it was a big commitment, and even I'd say now it's could be financial burdens at times when you have to travel. Obviously Team Canada is covered, but if you go to a independent meet like California or something, you self-fund yourself. So you take time off work, you go to these meets, and there's no guarantee you run fast. So sometimes you go there just to run an average time, but that's the risk you take, and you gotta.
But usually, when you go to the meets, do you get paid when you get to a certain position, or when you win, or how does it work?
Depends on the caliber of the meet. Sometimes there's higher level ones. There's a Canadian series, Canadian Track League, where a lot of those meets you do get paid money, prize money.
Yeah.
Nothing big, just maybe a few $100s here and there. Some of the bigger ones you might get $600-700 USD kind of thing. But for the most part, most of the races you don't get paid, unless it's a national level meet.
So most
it's usually just prize money. It's not like a job kind of income. Yeah.
So most Canadian athletes, how are they able to juggle running and working and still be able to do at a higher level? Because if you have to work and subsidize your it's very difficult.
No, exactly. If you're not sponsored, like myself, I'm not sponsored, so I don't have any brand or anything like that. So so for me, it's just you really just have to grind. You have to put in the hours. I work 40 hours a week, and I train. So I 9 to 4 hour work, and then right after that, I go straight to practice and train for another 2 hours, and that's basically the whole season. There's no getting around it kind of thing. So
don't you think if let's say Canada compared to the US, if they had sponsorship or deals like that, would it make it your job easier as a runner instead of working and going to work? Because sometimes you work and then you go to practice. You must be very tired.
No, absolutely, yeah. Like even Canada, like a lot of the top guys do have sponsors, so a lot of them do get paid to run. But like I'm not quite that level. That's something I strive to be. But for the ones like me that have to train and work at the same time, no, it definitely is hard. Like it is tiring for sure.
Yeah.
By the end of the week, Friday, Thursday, I'm just like pretty exhausted. Yeah, so.
How does it work, like, running and like relationship-wise with everything else goes? Sometimes you have to work, you have to travel. How does it work? Are you able to keep, juggling lifestyle, work, track and field, and relationships?
Yeah, no, you have to kind of pick your battle. Like you have to divide it in a way where you're being able to meet all of them at the same time. So yeah, obviously I can't miss work, so you have to work, but then you also have to sometimes have to take time off, and usually by the time I take all the time off throughout the season, I'm already done my vacation within the first few months of the year, because I have a training camp early in the season, like March. So by the time March is done, it's already I use all my vacation. So most of my time off I get after that is unpaid. So it's a sacrifice you take, and if you really want to travel and go to these meets, yeah, you just have to be willing to do that. And for relationships, same thing. Just surround yourself with people that support you, and support what you do. Understand that it's a time commitment, and I'm very intentional about trying to be there for people and communicate with people when I can. So it's just a balance kind of thing.
Injuries rise. How often do you guys the injuries rise? How often does your body go through so much training, so much abuse?
It happens quite a lot. It's pretty it could be common depending on the season. I was lucky this year. I didn't really have anything major. I had a small abdominal strain throughout the season. It was never something that stopped me from running. But the most common one I'd say that's reoccurring is the hamstring. I've strained my hamstrings, I lost count how many times.
Wow.
But
you still run through it.
Yeah, you run through it. You recover. You have to go through therapy, get physio, chiropractor, all that stuff, and take the steps needed to recover fully. But it's definitely a step back. It's hard to go straight from there and then come back and straight race.
Are those paid through Athletics Canada, or you have to do yourself?
There's also by myself as well, unless I'm at an event like I'm a national team where it's all funded. But if I'm here, you have to pay myself basically.
So young people that are growing up are into track, what advice do you have for them, or what can you tell them what to put in, what to expect?
Yeah, no, I'd say if something you really want to be, really want to do in track, make sure you love it. The biggest thing is loving it. That's what's kept me in the sport for so long. There's times where it's not always ideal. I could have had many more hours at work, could have had more money this season, for example, but the love for the sport I have is the drive I have to make these teams and run these times, and that's just, you have to be willing to sacrifice things for what you love. So yeah, I just recommend that they just make sure they love what they do.
Without love, it's not gonna work.
Absolutely, yeah. It's one of those sports where it's I think you do have to love it, because it's very hard. A lot of training is very hard. You have workouts where you might throw up, you might have lactic acid early in the workout, and just have to keep going throughout. So you just have to really fight through it, and without love for the sport, it's hard to motivate yourself to get to that level.
So when you started running at the youth level, were you able to make it to the youth Olympics or the youth worlds?
In 2011 my first national team I was a youth, so youth is 16, 17. Now it's called U18. But so that was my first team in France, World Youth Championships.
How was that one?
That was good. That was a really good experience. That was my first time, traveling outside the country. Besides the States, traveling outside the country to compete.
By yourself or with the family?
My mom came too, but I traveled with the team, but my mom came after to watch. Yeah, so that was my first time.
But those ones, was it funded or funded by Team Canada, or was it by you guys have to fund it yourself?
That was Team Canada, yeah, because that was a national team.
So when you go to national team, it's funded by Team Canada?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Fully covered, hotel, everything is covered, food, all that stuff is.
They give you allowances and stuff like that too, or not really?
Not allowance, but you have a hall where you have
pocket money,
food, just basically a buffet style food, where it's accessible to all the athletes. So.
Wow.
Yeah. And then for like if you go to a training camp, usually they give you some funding, but not so much to the national team. So.
What if you win? What if you win like nationals? Usually, if like
Mm-hmm.
For your event, let's say 400 meter, 200 meter, when you win the nationals level, usually what do you get? Like do you get money, or you get sponsorship, or how does it work when you win the nationals?
Yes, I've won twice. I won in 2016 and then 2022. We never, no, you don't get funding for it, but actually in 2016 when I first won, I did get, so it's called carding.
Yeah.
So you get some money like from the government just from the Athletics Canada to help you out throughout the season. Usually it could be like monthly, and they might give you a few hundred here and there, but nothing like, it's not like a prize money kind of deal.
Oh.
Yeah, but in 2022 I didn't get any funding for that, but.
So you put your body through all this stuff, and then you go to national, you whipped everybody's asses.
Yeah.
But I saw pretty much for pride.
Yeah, pretty much pride and this like, the self-accomplishment, and being able to improve your time, do things that you've never done before, like make teams you've never made.
I did track and field when I was younger, Nathan. I wasn't that bad at all.
Right.
But because of soccer, I had to just pull aside from track and field and do. But it just my only problem is, how hard is it to get funding for?
It's pretty tough. Like honestly, I'm still trying to get there. Like I'm at my best. I've been 70th in the world, and I still didn't get any funding. So it's hard. You have to be
Like
typically, as I benchmark, what I see typically is like top 30 in the world. You usually get something decent enough to actually not have to work at the same time. Depending on the event that they do and how big, what things they've accomplished, if they have any medals internationally and stuff like that. It really varies depending on the person, and also building your brand as an individual. Like,
So like if you compare yourself to, like, let's say Canadian track athletes, American track athletes, let's say UK, British track athletes. What do you think is the difference? Why some of them are able to excel, some of them are able to make more money, and in Canada you have to work and fund your own practices, your own training, your own coaching.
Right. Yeah, well, even for them, it's the same. Like it would be depending on the level they're at. They might be in the same boat as me, like where they're self-funded. But I find, especially in the States, like they really take track a lot more seriously than here. Like especially in high school, high school, university. Like it's not their biggest sport, obviously, but it's definitely something where they take the steps necessary to build their athletes. And I think when it comes to our premium events, like
the 1 and 200.
1 and 200, and especially after the success of the Andre and the 4x1 team, Jerome Blake and those guys, and that definitely gets a bit more attention. But throughout all of track and field, it can definitely be something that's still building in the country. Hopefully this continues to grow, just like it does in Europe. When you say UK, in Europe track's a lot. I would say the track's even bigger because they have like meets all over the country, all over the continent. Every weekend you can travel across Europe and
there's something going
find good meets anywhere. It's a lot easier to get those big competitions, and I just find they definitely take track a lot more.
So what would you tell your young self, like today, like you went to the Worlds, you experienced the Worlds, what would you tell your young self about track and field, what you've seen, what you've gained when you were at the Worlds?
Yeah, I'll just tell them to keep going because you're going to get there one day. And for me, it took me 20 years to get there. I started in 04, 05, made it in 2025. So just not to give up, and just to keep going for what you want to go for, because I've made many national teams, but world champs and Olympics are two teams. I still haven't made Olympics, but world champs is off the list now. And that's something I've always wanted to do since 2008. So I'll just tell them to keep fighting for it and not to give up and just love what you do, and it'll pay off eventually.
That's true though. Because every time we watch the track and field, but you have to know in Canada there's basketball, there's football, there's baseball, there's hockey, there's everything. How does young people that they know for sure they can play basketball and make money, they can play football and make money,
right?
But then with track and field, it's not that much. How do people adjust to all this all this stuff.
Like to come to that realization.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's something you have to consider for sure, especially if you plan to take it seriously, plan to go pro. But again, this comes down to like your passion. What do you want to do, and like how far do you see yourself going with this? And is it something that you're willing to do for possibly no income or possibly little income? Because I think track, I wouldn't say most people don't go into track for the money.
Yeah.
Like even if they're good, like there are many other sports that would pay a lot more.
Yeah.
So yeah, really, it's definitely a passion-driven type of thing. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
What would you like Athletics Canada to do to make it easier and more comfortable for young athletes to get involved?
Young athlete, I think just promote the sport more, like in terms of every event. Just make sure you're really telling the kids like this is something that look at the guys that came before you, and we want you to be like this too. And I think a lot of it's funding too. Like I think we could use more funding in our sport, more opportunities to travel for make it affordable for us to actually compete internationally, and not just have to wait for national teams just to run against these big times, like these big athletes. Because in track there's like the system where it's a points-based system, and the high-level meets are the ones that get you all the points. So if you can't really afford to go to these meets, or you don't qualify to go to meets, you're kind of relying on local meets, where the points aren't the same. So I think if the funding is better and there's more opportunity for people to travel, it'll definitely inspire people to, do track more, especially younger kids that see these guys that are running right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I grew up here.
Mm-hmm.
I witnessed Donovan Bailey, Brenda Sorin.
Right.
Bailey became like the 100-meter champion.
Mm-hmm.
And then track kind of blew up.
Right.
But everybody that I knew that went to the track, not that many people were able to make a living off the track and field.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody had to work.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which is like it's a big problem.
Mm-hmm.
How do we, how do young people that want to get in there, how are they able to balance this, man? Because Nate, I know you've been doing this for so long, but you have to work every time to fund it, work and fund it.
Exactly.
It must be like crazy.
No, it is for sure. It's like, basically working to work. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
If you look at track as a job, you're working to fund your other job, and yeah, it's something that I wish was easier for us as athletes, because it could be tough to do both at the same time. And I've even had moments where I was like, should I keep doing this? Do I want to keep going? Like I do want to keep going, but is it realistic? And I just ideally for even the next generation or the end of my career, hopefully it doesn't have to be something that we have to think about too much, at least to the same extent. Because I do love it and I want to keep going, but
there's no
funding. I don't want finances to be the reason I stop,
Yeah.
So
how come you never turned pro when
Yeah.
What was the reason why? It has to be a little bit of, because I know most of the guys that do the pro, they're able to make it a little bit of a living of it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't turn pro, then pretty much it's like you always gotta work and do this, right?
Yeah, so you're amateur basically. Yeah. No, I've always been on the cusp. I find I'm always a guy that I'm good enough to make the national team, but I don't quite have that contract times to get contracts. So I'm trying to get that Olympic standard which is right now it's 44.85.
Yeah.
I run 45.5. So it's
because of that
still a ways away. Yeah, in track and field, every millisecond matters, and that's probably doesn't sound like a lot, but it actually is a decent amount of time.
Yeah.
So getting down to that level, I think would allow me to get that pro status, and that's something that I'm still striving for. So when I do it.
But now, because with social media, I think it should be a little bit easier for all these athletes to be able to make a little bit of income off it too, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, there's lots of influence. There's definitely influencer, an influencer system in track. A lot of those top athletes or upcoming athletes are posting lots of good content and getting their name out there.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are getting sponsors from that. And that's something I think I've probably lacked in a bit, and that's something I should work on more.
Yeah.
Just get my name out there and hopefully get more eyes on me so I can actually get, you know, even if it's a shoe deal or anything, something that would just help me, you know, go towards the goals I have.
Yeah. But have you, and these days, have you ever thought of like doing acting and stuff?
Acting?
Yeah.
Not really. No, I haven't thought of acting though.
But you should though, because the reason why I'm saying this because I see one of my guys is a boxer. He got a gig as one of the commercials, and now he just did a movie with. He did a movie. He went in and the Rock was in there, and because of that, he's able to get like commercial deals and stuff.
Oh, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well. I've done some shoot like for real athletes.
Yeah.
REL athletes. Yeah, where we do like shoots for like a commercial.
Yeah.
I've only done one of those, but never actually. There's no speaking roles or anything. It's just like they tell you to run, do a certain activity, and then hopefully that one is the one that makes it to the screen because then you get more. But that's the only thing I've ever done in terms of like that's close to acting. But yeah, I actually never considered it really.
I think because man, I got Nate with those calves, man. any
the track calves.
Yeah, the track calves, man. I've seen those calves. I'm pretty sure any commercial, anything that do like shoes or socks or one of those, Lululemon, for sure they would love to have you.
Yeah, no, I should reach out, man.
Yeah, so literally you gotta reach out, man. Lululemon, please reach out, man, because he needs it.
Or Nike,
Nike, there you go.
Yeah, these guys,
Nike,
anyone, I'll take anyone.
Yeah, Nike, Adidas.
Yeah.
Prefontaine came from nowhere and became something, right?
True.
No, because I know lately everything is based on you as an individual, how do you market yourself and everything. That's why I'm bringing all this stuff, because that way the young people that are trying to get involved, you have to know that track itself is not enough. But you got to be able to market yourself. You got to be able to know how to put yourself out there. Because that's how these days everything is now, with like pretty much of everything. Without you having, able to put yourself together, package yourself, it's very difficult.
Right, it is.
Especially track being a sport that you don't get nothing from.
It's an individual sport too, so it is all about like funding yourself, promoting yourself as an individual,
So tell us about the experience at the Worlds, man. Because I know you whipped everybody's ass at the Nationals, and then you got there and you were not able to run.
Right.
You were able to explain the reason why, so people know.
Yeah, no, I can break it down.
Winning the National doesn't get you there.
Yeah, so I got second at Nationals,
which is really good.
Yeah, no, thank you, man. Yes, so basically the process is they take I guess 3 people for the mixed relay.
Yeah.
Mixed 4x4 relay. Well, 4 people actually. This year they took 4. So they got
so 2 girls, 2 boys.
So what it would be for, I'm talking about the guys. So they ended up taking 3 guys for the mixed relay. Because there's one guy that made the individual team, so he didn't run the relay to focus on the individual event. Yeah. That's Christopher Williams. He's a national record holder and national champion. So it was me, Austin Cole, and then Michael Roth were all the 3 that made it. And basically the reason we made the team was because we performed at nationals where it mattered. So I got second to Christopher, who's the one that made the team individually. Yeah. And then that was Mike Roth third, and then Austin Cole fourth. And that process is all about you're just doing that one just to make the team in the first place. So that's how you get in the door to Tokyo. Like there's different ways to qualify. Like it is really up to them. Like they could have taken someone else if they wanted to, but typically they prioritize nationals. So that's usually how it goes. And at least my experience running, that's how it's always gone. Yeah. So basically it was kind of tough because for the longest time we didn't even know. Like I got nationals, I got silver at nationals. Yeah. But my season best time was actually slower than those 2 guys.
Oh, okay.
So in my head I was like, I hope I made the team. Yeah. And I didn't know until about a week before we left that I was confirmed on the team. Yeah. So you can imagine the time sitting there just waiting to find out if we made the team was definitely stressful. But it's always the process with track. The selection process is usually like a week before the actual team. Yeah. Or like a week before the actual travel time. So a lot of that was just, training through that and being able to, not let it hold you back, because you're training all this time and you might not even make it. So you train all this time, you go to nationals, in your mind you beat everybody, you're ready to go for the relays. Right, exactly. And then the time comes and you don't see your name. Yeah, there was so basically what happened there, so we had we got there and we went to the Gifu, Japan.
Yeah.
Which is a city like 2 hour, 3 hour, no, 1.5 hour bullet train from Tokyo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had a training camp there for a week where we just, our own personal coaches gave us workouts to do at the training camp. And that's all going towards like preparation for the actual race, right? But even though I made the team, we had a time trial about maybe like a few days, like maybe 5 days after we landed, I believe, or 5 or 6 days after we landed. And the time trial was at 350, so 50 meters less than my event, the 400. And that would determine who would run the first heat, the first round of the relay. And I ended up getting third to those two guys. So it was Mike beat us both, and then Austin got second, I got third.
Oh.
And because I got third in that time trial, they ended up taking those two to run the first round at least. And
yeah, but
if we,
but time trial is not really like competition.
Right. It's not
just
the same,
like you're running with your peers.
Right.
But it's not it's not
exactly,
like running a real race.
Exactly.
And running it's like a practice run pretty much.
It is exactly that, and that's what made it hard because you have to get in the mindset of a race without actually being a race.
Yeah.
And even though obviously I'm serious about it, I want it to go well. I had the mindset of wanting to run fast, but it's hard to get in the zone the same way as you would for a race.
Yeah.
No, obviously no excuse, but definitely the pressure.
It's not as much.
Yeah, it's not quite as much, but it's also enough to be nervous because of course you want to do well. So yeah, it's kind of like that balance where you just have to try and be ready for that time, regardless of
Because I see this is the way I perspective on life is like this.
Mm-hmm.
Running, practice run, and running a race. Some people take it differently. Some people they like the pressure.
Right.
When the gun goes boom, you know for sure you're on the rolls and the gun going.
Exactly.
You're ready to go. And some people too, at practice they do well.
Right.
It's like soccer. Some people at practice they're the best.
Mm-hmm.
But during the game, it's not the same.
Right.
It's like ball and everything. That's why you see the starters and there's some people that come from the bench.
Right.
But during the game, some people that don't perform in practice,
Mm-hmm.
they perform so well during the game. Because there's one guy, his name was Eden Hazard. I heard about him, all his teammates. Soccer player, by the way. He used to play for Chelsea.
Okay.
During practices, he's the worst. Okay. But during the game, he's like the best.
Okay.
So sometimes, I felt so bad. I'm sitting here with Ben, we're ready to go, the stuff is going on. We're ready, we're watching, and all of a sudden we see the name, you're not there. So I was like, oh man. And I'm asking Ben, what happened? And Ben is like, yeah, they did the time trial. I'm like, but still, it's not a race.
Right. No,
I was so disappointed, honestly. I know you probably were more disappointed than me.
Mm-hmm. No, it was tough because even though I'd say we ran at 350, so that's not. I've only done 350 in practice before.
Yeah.
So even though it was close to 400, I kind of ran. I kind of went. I just went how I think I should run it.
Yeah.
I wasn't exactly sure. I kind of wung it.
Yeah.
I ended up going a bit too hard, and I ran kind of I burned myself out basically.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that was nerves too, because I was a bit stressed about the race. But
yeah,
ultimately it led to me not running how I needed to run, and kind of contributed to me running that way. And I think the toughest part for us too was we didn't quite know, even before going to Gifu, to going to Japan, we didn't really know exactly how the team would be selected.
Yeah.
It wasn't until we got there that they told us, by the way, you have a 350 time trial in a few days, and so basically they determined the team. So
yeah, that must be very hard on you though.
Yeah, it was tough, but I think for me is toughest part was the fact that my family came to watch.
Yeah.
And then I wanted them, obviously, either way they're supportive.
Yeah.
Yes, but
of
course I wanted them to watch me run live because they saw me on TV in China.
Yeah.
Where that's where we got the national record.
Yeah.
That's how we qualified to Tokyo, where we ran the national record in the mixed 4x4. I ran the third leg there,
and you killed it.
Yeah, I ran a good leg. I was happy with how that went, and they wanted to see that again live in the actual stadium. So that was for me, that was the hardest part, was just knowing that they came all this way
And you didn't
and I didn't get to run.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm still blessed that I made the team, and I'm definitely happy with being there for the experience. And I kind of know how it works with Team Canada and how the selection process goes. So I was a bit down, but I wasn't I wouldn't say I was complaining or anything like that.
Yeah.
I was happy for the guys that did make it. And so.
Oh, so sorry about it.
No, it's okay. If we made the final, I would have been most likely run the final.
Yeah, because
just to have fresh legs. Yeah, because it was on the same day. The final was on the same day.
So you probably would have been able to run.
Semi-final.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But unfortunately, we didn't quite make it. So.
Sorry about it.
Yeah, no worries.
So where do you see yourself from now? Because now you're back from the roles, you saw the experiences. That probably must motivate you a lot to be able to go back and kick ass.
No, absolutely. Yeah, there's always more teams to make.
Yeah.
Think about trackers. Even if there's no Olympics or World Championships, there's none next year.
Yeah.
But there's always a team. There's next year's Commonwealth Games, so that's in Scotland, and then before that is World Relays in Botswana. So
that's where you're trying to go to now.
Yeah, 2 teams. I'd love to make those teams and kind of do the same thing I did this year and just.
Is the time for Worlds the time for Commonwealth the same thing? You gotta have same amount of time to be.
The standard, yeah, it's the same standard.
Same time.
Yeah, so I believe it should be 44.85 for the individual event, and then for the mixed relay it'll be
46, 45.
Mixed relays is based on like where you rank in the country.
Oh, okay.
So if we do well at World Relays like we did in China this year,
yeah,
we should qualify based on that. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So where do you see yourself in a few years?
Few years, making a 3-year plan where I just want to go towards LA 2028. That's the goal. So I do see myself making that team. That's the goal. I want to keep going. Yeah, for a while I wasn't sure if I would go for another one, but I think I told myself basically if this year goes well,
then you gotta go.
I'll go again. So.
But so far this year was really good.
Yeah, one of my better seasons. I'll say one of my top 3 seasons. So I didn't run my fastest time, but I've been consistent, injury free. Made a major national team. So yeah, I can't really complain. I think makes me motivated to keep going for more. You know.
Well, that's good, man. I'm really happy for you because I know it's not easy doing track and field.
Yeah.
Those events is never easy.
Yeah.
Running in there.
Tough.
So when you're in the blocks. And you're sitting there and everybody's watching and then they tell you sec and then you hear the gun. What goes in your mind?
Honestly, like before the gun goes off, actually before he says on your mark, it's all nerves. You're very nervous. It's something like I can't really control it. Like I try my hardest to not get too nervous, but especially for like the big meets, nationals, international meets. Yeah, the nerves. It's not even doubts. It's just like this needs to go well. We need to do what I did at practice. You know.
Your heart is beating
fast, and
you're sitting there. You're like, yo, can I do this?
Exactly.
And all of a sudden, you hear pow.
Yeah. So once that gun goes off, all that fades away. Like you're still obviously I'd say all the stress fades away. It's just it's like business. It's like even after a race, you don't really remember
what happened.
It feels like it just happened so quickly. You remember it when you look back, but it feels like it was a blur. And yeah, once that gun goes off, every doubt you might have had in your head just goes away, and you just execute the best way you can. So I kind of think about in phases. I'm like, let's get to this 200-meter mark in this amount of time. Let's get there in 21.2, 21.3. Yeah. Maintain that, and just keep going. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, because I watched the World, so I was like, wow.
Right.
I'm sitting here, we watching the TV. I was like, wow. And all of a sudden, it was like. No, I can imagine, honestly. I try to put myself in your shoe. That must have been very hard. But like you said, it's sports. It happens.
It does, yeah.
You just got to move on to the next one because you can't dwell on it too much. You dwell on it, you can't really move on quickly.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, you can't do too much about it. So.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm more like it is disappointing, but I'm less than disappointed. More happy that I made the team than disappointed that I didn't get to run. Because I know, just making the team in general was definitely something I really fought for a long time. So, I think after this season, I can't really complain about how everything went. Obviously, makes me more motivated for next time, of course. If I make a world team again and it happens again, I'll be probably a bit more upset.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm definitely grateful for the experience. And,
yeah. Oh, yeah, no, because that's why I wanted to have you in to come and explain yourself to let people know what goes on the track. Because individual sports is very difficult.
It's different, yeah. It's a lot
Without
different.
finding, it's very difficult. So hopefully from now on, maybe people are watching, maybe they'll find a way to be able to help you out, to raise some funds. But do you ever have do you have fundraisers and stuff for whenever you're going away, or you don't do that?
No, I've never done it before, no.
I think now we should.
Yeah, no, that'd be...
Now we should, because sometimes you never know.
Any bit of course would help, but...
Yeah, sometimes you never know, because made it to that far. I think this next year, we got to find a way to make sure, you don't spend your own money.
No, I appreciate it, man.
You have to reach out to RBC, TELUS, whoever, Shaw, Rogers, right? You got to reach out to somebody.
Right.
Because there's always a way.
That'll definitely be something that would benefit anyone that's
Because
in that situation.
Yeah, in BC you beat everybody.
Right.
But in Ontario, that's where it's the hardest, right?
Yeah, I'd say that's basically it's the sprint nations based in Ontario mostly, so that's where most of the guys typically are.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
So you might have to move there though.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But
sometimes you might have
like,
to be there if you want to beat these guys.
Yeah, I find the training here, like I've been the same coach since 2006,
Yeah.
Tara Self, so she's
been helping
she's
out.
really, I've really improved under her.
Yeah.
And I think the training program I have is really good with.
Yeah.
I'm happy with how it's went and like what I've been able to accomplish with her. And she's coached like many great athletes.
Oh yeah,
she coached Jerome Blake before he moved to the States, and she coached Ben, Ben of course, and Nick and James and all those guys, and all of us have improved massively under her.
Yeah.
So I think I definitely have trust in that program, and I'll stay in BC, but I do plan to travel more, compete more, overseas, and just like may run more workouts with these guys.
So Athletic kind of have to make some funds available for you guys. That way you guys are able to run, because without it, you keep dipping in your pocket all the time, dipping into your savings all the time.
Yeah. I don't want to be a situation where I'm like not going to meet just because I can't, can't afford it, so. No, of course.
All right, man. Track and field athletes, I know it's not easy. It's track and field is hard, very hard. Hard in your body, hard in your mind, hard in your lifestyle. But hopefully the next year, you blow up and you become, just like Jerome, because I know Jerome blew up, doing well, and
amazing.
we're happy for him, and hopefully we get to see you soon.
Yeah, thank you. That's the goal.
And hopefully we get to see you next year.
Thank you.
Commonwealth game and the Worlds after that.
Right, exactly. Yeah, Commonwealth Games 2026, World Championships 2027, and then Olympics 2028.
So Nathan, you want to let people know how to get hold of you?
Yeah, for sure.
People that want to, people that want to sponsor you, want to help you, you can tell them how to people to reach you.
Yeah, so my Instagram is N8 George, so Nate George. That's the main way you can reach me, and I plan to post more content and more videos and things in my training for the 2026 season. So stay tuned for sure.
Do you see transition yourself to coaching after you decide to hang the boots?
I actually thought about more honestly, and I love to coach honestly. Whether it's coaching track athletes or coaching people from other sports, and learn how to run properly like a sprinter. Yeah, it's something I've always been passionate about sprinting, so I think I'll definitely love to coach in the future. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Nate. We appreciate you coming. I love the fact that you went to the Royals, you got the experience, and you came back.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
I know somebody that went to the track and field and onto the Royals. I think I know two people now. I know you and Jerome, so hopefully, something goes on.
Ben too.
Yeah, and Ben. Young kids, track is not easy, man. If you want to get in there, you got to devote your whole life, because it's not easy.
Right.
It's independent events is not easy. So you know what? If you want to do it, you got to put your mind to it. It's a lot of work, a lot of pain and suffering, but put your mind to anything, it will work.
Absolutely, man. If you want to do it, just go for it. Don't give up. Never give up. So.